What's up nerds and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to rank every finishers in TSB ranging from the strongest hero up until to wild psychic. Now before we start let's take some things to notice. First of all, the new character martial artist wouldn't be included here as his finishers are still incomplete. Next, moves without finishers like the Windstorm Fury wouldn't be included as well, so I can save some time for my laziness. Lastly, it's just an opinion. I don't want yappers here in my saying that my opinion is bad and a horrible bruh. Okay, I guess we can start now. Tied for the last place are the moves Ignition Burst, BlezSharc and Explosive Shuriken, as all of them have similar finishers. As you can see here, all of their finishers are just the Roblox avatar burnt up, and there is no special animation whatsoever, so that's why these finishers deserve last place. In the 26th place we have the finisher Shove. Its finisher is just the avatar's top body disappearing, and if you have the blood effect on it will show a little bit of blood in it. It also makes a different sound. Take a listen. It's a nice touch to it, but overall this finisher is not that good and it lacks the things to be a good finisher for me. So that's why it's in the 26th place. In the 25th place we have Whirlwind Kick. The finisher is when you do a whirlwind kick, the enemy's head gets buried in the concrete and there will be some smoke after the kick. It also has a different sound. Take a listen. Pretty simple and cool as well, but just like flowing water, there are more finishers that are greater than this one, so this will stay as the 25th place. In the 24th place we have the finisher Flowing Water. Its finisher is like you strike into the opponent's chest, grab him and knock him down after in the ground. It's a pretty quick and cool finisher, but there are so much finishers which are better than this, so that's why it will stay in the 24th place for now. In the 23rd place we have Scatter. The finisher makes the move end early, and the enemy's body parts get scattered all around the floor. Somehow there's no blood with it, which makes it unrealistic, so minus 10,000 aura to the developers. Anyways, this finisher is fast and alright, but that's just it to the finisher, so that's why it's 23rd place. In the 22nd place, we have the move Consecutive Punches. This finisher only gives you more punches, but the blood effect is what's carrying this finisher. Without the blood effect, the enemy will just remain unconscious, while if the blood effect is on, it would make the enemy explode and blood would be splattered. Now even with the blood effect this won't get near on par against other finishers, so this is why it's the 22nd place. In the 21st place we have Quick Slice. The finisher is like the enemy receives a big slash to the torso, and after that the body parts will get scattered in an order, the head and torso being the center and arms and legs in the sides. I like this finisher because it suits the move very well, but of course like I've said a lot already, there are a lot more finishers which are better, so this one will be stuck at the 21st place. Finally, in the 20th place we have Flash Strike. The finisher makes the enemy's avatar get surrounded by an atom-like structure before getting slashed into pieces in the ground. It was kind of hard choosing this or Quick Slice to take the 20th place. But I chose this one because this one looked cooler, so that's why this one deserves 20th place for now. Wait, where the hell is bro going? Blez, this is not part of the script. What is bro doing? Oh hell no. Bro got lost. Hell bozo BlezSharc. In the 19th place, we have Downslam. This is the only finisher that isn't in a move on a character. Pretty special, right? Downslam also has 3 kinds of finishers with it, which is pretty cool. This one makes a long spin before slamming to the enemy. This one is quick one-leg down slam. And this one slams the enemy with both feet. Overall, pretty special addition to make the game more good. But there are more finishers which have better effects, so this one for the meanwhile will stay at 19th place. In the 18th place, we have Hunter's Grasp. This finisher grabs the enemy's head and slams its head to the ground 3 times, which is pretty damn cold finisher. Fun fact, this finisher was the old 3rd ultimate move of the Hero Hunter before changing it to Rock Splitting Fist. Me and a lot of people like this finisher, but of course, in terms of effects, not really the best finisher here, so this stays as the 18th place. At the 17th place, we have Beatdown. This finisher pins the enemy down to the ground using its bat and slams the enemy with the bat 3 times, and each slam it makes, it gets stronger. I like the small detail where each slam makes the enemy go deeper until its top half is completely buried to the ground. It's a good finisher, but as of for now, this will stay at the 17th place. We're getting to the better ones now. For 16th place, we have Home Run. This finisher uses the bat to make the enemy bounce off the ground and use the enemy as a baseball bat to do a home run. Now this finisher is well made to its move, and it really suits it, but there are more finishers that looks greater, so this one stays on the 16th place.
Home run!
In the 15th place we have Grand Slam. When you hit the ground, the enemy suddenly bounces off the ground too high like it's a damn trampoline, and when the enemy lands you slam the enemy with a bat and he gets buried to the ground. I kind of like the finisher and how the enemy falls to its demise. But let's put this at 15th place, cause why not? Here in the 14th place, we have the air variant of the Grand Slam. Your avatar hits the enemy 2 times in mid-air while spinning, and the last hit makes the enemy kiss the ground like they're a couple. The way this finisher is made is pretty nice, and the animation makes it a fun finisher. So that's why it's at 15th place. Up next in the 13th place, we have Foul Ball. This finisher makes you launch your enemy high up in the sky and hit the enemy 2 times before sending him off to another home run in the final hit. It's a pretty fun finisher, and it's like an improved version of the home run, and so that is 13th place. Tied in the 12th place, we have 2 moves which are Atmos Cleave and Pinpoint Cut. These finishers are really good, and I cannot really choose on which is better. One has a really cool animation of the enemy falling in slow-mo, while one has really good slashing effect. Both of them are amazing, so I chose to tie them in 12th place. At 11th place we have Crushing Pull. Crushing Pull grabs the enemy and slams the enemy to the ground 2 times before pulling up with a giant ass boulder from the ground and slamming into the enemy. Funny and goofy finisher, but also good effects too, so I think it will suit being the 11th placer. We have finally arrived at the top 10. Our 10th placer, we have Lethal Whirlwind Stream. The finisher is once you slam the enemy on the ground, you hit them with an elbow strike with a big explosion. Now the reason this finisher is ranked pretty high is because of its effects after the finisher. You'll notice that there are blue thingies after the elbow strike, and its explosion radius is kind of huge for an elbow strike. That's why it will sit comfortably at 11th place. Our 9th placer is Machine Gun Blows. This finisher is really cool because the punches become faster, and after the punches, your avatar will produce a big blast to blow the enemy away while the enemy is burnt. It's a big improvement than the 2 other moves of Geno, since its effect are pretty good. And that's the reason why this stays as the 9th place. Now in the 8th place, we have Uppercut. Now this finisher may not look cool on effects, but there are some details which I really like. One is when the enemy disappears in the sky, there would be a white star in it with a sound. Take a listen. Next up is how the ground gets affected by the strength of the uppercut. Like, bro, you cannot tell me that's a terrible finisher. Now some people may disagree, but personally, I think it's at 8th place. For our 7th placer, we have Normal Punch. Now this one is just like Uppercut but has better effects. When you punch the enemy, there will be rocks on the side, and the enemy will literally be launched so fast that it will do a curve before hitting the rock border, which even hitting at the rock border has effects to it. It's a great finisher overall, so that's why it deserves to be 7th placer. Our 6th placer will be Expulsive Push. This finisher has the same ending as normal punch, but there is some good animation with it also. You basically grab the enemy's leg and smack them in the ground, then you do a elbow strike, then you launch the enemy up. After that, the enemy will fall into a slow-mo and then you charge something and that causes to launch the enemy to the rock border. The animation is really good and the effects are decent but not good enough to dominate the next finishers. So this will stay as 6th place. Now for our top 5, we have the air variant of Pinpoint Cut. The effects on it are one of the greatest in the game so far. The scene where you do a barrage of slices on the enemy are absolutely goated. And the ending is pretty good also, with the enemy cut into pieces. Now you can see why Crushing Pull couldn't get to top 5 lol. Anyways, that will be the 5th placer of this video. Now this could have made it as the 3rd placer, but it wasn't good enough to be worthy of. The 4th place will be taken by Stone Coffin. Stone Coffin is a super good finisher just by itself, but with the addition of the blood effect, this finisher becomes super good. The effects of the Stone Coffin breaking is amazing, and how the player uses its power to lift the coffin is wonderful. But sadly, it wasn't worthy enough for top 3. So this will be the 4th placer. We are now in the final 3. If you stayed this long, why not consider giving a sub? It's free, and it helps me a lot. Now, let's go back to the main thing. For our 3rd placer, it is a fan favorite finisher since its addition, which is Praise Peril. The reason why this is placed 3rd is because of his very cool animation. The effects where each strike releases a blue aura on the hands is a very nice touch to the finisher, and the best part of the finisher is when the enemy was slammed so hard at the ground its top half got buried. Overall, 10 out of 10 finishers, so it deserves 3rd place. For our 2nd place, it is also a fan favorite finisher since its addition in the game. This finisher is Jet Dive. The reason why it's 2nd is because of its amazing effects. After the dive, the enemy flies again to do a massive blast to the pinned enemy on the ground, and after the blast, not only the player is burnt but a portion of the ground as well. So not only the blast was an amazing effect already, even the burnt ground has a pattern to it which makes it one of the best finishers in the game as of for now. And that will be 2nd place for this video. And now for the top 1 best finisher in TSB is none other than Split Second Counter. Obviously all of the people that play this game know that this is the best finisher currently made because of everything it has to give. I'm not even gonna explain why it's so good. I'm just gonna let you watch it with volume so you can see it for yourself. Now that you saw that, you cannot tell me that's not one of the greatest finishers ever in TSB. This dominates every finisher in TSB as of now, and that, folks, is the current top 1 of all finishers in the strongest battlegrounds. Oh well, it seems like we have successfully ranked every finishers as TSB, and now the video has ended. Now please, if you don't disagree on my opinion, it's alright. It's normal that everyone doesn't agree with me, but if any one of you try to be really mean on the comments saying I have a shit opinion, I'll consider as you as a professional yapper. And that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye. BlezSharc out.